And howdy do, yo. We just returned from a 5-day vacation. We spent Friday, Saturday night up near Hannibal, Missouri at Mark Twain Lake with some friends. My buddies Moose and Huggy Bear, Greg and Scott. And then we dropped down into St. Louis and spent some time with some guys from a Shamu's Pedal the Cause trip. But I found this on the way home, actually, and it's not something I would typically purchase because of the price. You know, I'm a bit of a tightwad for a beer. There's so many beer guys that want to be pretentious about them, brag about how much they spend. I'm the opposite. I think that a lot of stuff is way overpriced, but I was intrigued by this for several reasons. It was $30 for the set. What it came with was this whiskey right here. Let me get it to you. It's 12-ounce bottle, Alpha ISB whiskey, 80 proof, 40 IBUs. It starts as the Alpha. It's a combination of Alpha Brewing and Still 360, or I'm sorry, Still 630. Brewing Collaboration Series #1. ISP, man, the flies are freaking pissing me off. ISBA, a formidable beer created by Alpha Brewing Company, brewed and distilled at 630 Brewing. Then the whiskey was aged in virgin oak barrels, in a virgin oak barrel. Delicious notes of fudge, dark malt, with more than a wisp of smoke. From great beer comes great whiskey. Yeah, this starts as this beer, and the set comes with 1 bottle of whiskey and 3 bottles of this beer, which is an 8% Imperial smoked black ale. This intensely delicious ale is brewed by Alpha Brewing Company and then ages in used Rally Point rye whiskey barrels. So there we go. They tell you to look for spicy and caramel notes of rye whiskey, which deepen the sweet flavor of the powerful beer. So let's try one at a time here, shall we? Let's start with the beer. I poured a small amount, well, about half a beer, I guess. Oh gosh, oh yeah, wow, son of a biscuit. A lot of smoke on the nose. You certainly get the rye whiskey, and it's tickling my nose. Spicy caramel notes. Yeah, I'm getting some certain spicy caramel notes. I was going to describe it as toffee before I read the caramel, but there you go. It's a big, rich beer, and I actually didn't really get this one cold. I'd left it out, and it's been in the fridge about 30 minutes. I just wanted a slight chill. I think this beer is probably going to be best for you at about 55 to 60 degrees. Which I think is probably where I have it. Oh, it's freaking amazing. If you like whiskey barrel aged stuff, I think you're going to dig the hell out of it. Yeah, you do get notes of a black lager. I get more than a little bit of those rye whiskey notes, I'll tell you that. Again, I was intrigued by buying this because back in April, I had bought a bottle of their Big Jake white whiskey, and it was just, oh, it was incredible. So that was, if I hadn't had any of their products before, I might have passed, but I was intrigued. And Alpha Brewing is in St. Louis, but they weren't open when I was down there, so I didn't get a chance to hit them this time. But that saves something for next trip. So let's go to the whiskey. I'm doing this whiskey 2 ways, kind of an experiment here. I've got it neat in a nosing glass or a Glencairn, and then I've got some on the rocks using my brand new whiskey ball. I just bought the mold over the weekend, so there we go, which is supposed to allow it to get cold and have less meltage or melt off than dropping ice cubes in there. So let's kind of compare the two on the nose. Very similar on the nose. So yeah, it's the same whiskey. I know some of you are thinking it's the same whiskey, Tom. Yes, but I've had some that it changes dramatically from neat to cold. Well, it tells you, I mean, delicious notes of fudge and malt with more than a wisp of smoke. Yeah, from the aromas, I'm not getting necessarily that fudge on the aroma. Oh no, maybe I am now. Hold on, but I'm certainly getting a lot of rice spiciness. Oh, it's freaking delicious. Yeah, wow. More spicy than I expected on the flavors. A lot of sweetness up front. Maybe those fudge notes that they're talking about. Notes of fudge And malt, yeah, you get a lot of malt, you get a lot of smoke, but I still feel a lot of spicy. It's delicious. Got the 12-ounce bottle, so I'm drinking a few ounces here. I poured about an ounce here and about 2 ounces here. I think I'll probably just decant the rest of it. Wow, wow, hold on a second. I'm actually getting more of the fudge cold. I'm getting more of some other sugars here. I'm getting a lot of malt. Malt up front and a whole lot of spicy on the back, while here I'm really feeling those fudge notes they talk about. Oh, it's freaking delicious. Wow, yeah, we had a great time when we were gone. Came back late last night. We did some shopping on the way out of town. I found this particular set at the Lucas Liquors down there. So, yeah, you know, here's the thing. It's $30. It's going to depend on whether what's worth it for you or not. And, you know, the truth is I only bought this for a couple reasons. One, I've had some of their products, or one of their products before, and I really liked it. And two, and probably most important, is that, well, we were on vacation, so I was still using vacation money and now budgeting myself out. So it's beautiful. Yeah, I would buy this again, actually, even at $30, because the products are that good. They're that unique, and they are worth trying, especially if you love whiskey as much as your craft beer. This gives you the best of both worlds. I'm Tony the Beer Whisperer. Thank you very much. Well, how do you do? A quick addendum here. I came inside because the flies were just brutal outside. But I noticed as it took me a few minutes to get everything inside, that as this sat, I was getting some flavors I didn't describe during the video, so I want to talk to you about it. I'm still getting a lot of that fudge we talked about. I'm getting more spicy notes. I mean, this isn't... it does age in rye barrels, but I'm almost getting these, you know, pepper-like notes, you know, like almost jalapeno-like notes. I know that sounds nuts, and they're probably going to think I'm crazy, but there is that spiciness, and I'm sure that's imparted from the rye. Now, I'm still getting what I was getting earlier from the neat version. It hasn't evolved any because, well, it hasn't changed. But as this gets colder and as I get more meltage going on, I get those fudge-like notes early, then I'm getting just these, and it seems like the colder it gets, the more intense the spicy notes get. So just wanted to add that to it. Oh, and I forgot to talk about these glasses. My wife did some shopping out there, some thrift stores, and she found this one. This one says, "The Boss's Private Bar." I'm sure somebody had them at one time. Now they're mine. 90% of my glassware, I would say, comes from thrift stores. I don't like to buy stuff new. I don't like to pay full retail for anything. But, yeah, so it works perfect for this application. It's more of an old-fashioned glass, actually, but it works. So, anyways, I'm Tony the Beer Whisperer, and we'll talk to you later.